Today, I want to show you how you can carry through mid lane just by using solid fundamentals, even if the game is going to get very volatile. In case you're wondering who I am, I'm Shori, multi-season challenger. I've been challenger for about a decade now on EU West, on NA, and on Korea. Been a professional coach for about 6 years. Been coaching all the way from Iron 4 all the way up to on stage in pro games. If you want to get coaching from me, there's a link in the description below, mid.coach. Check that out. If you want to have someone actually watch over your games and give you tips that you can use to improve and give you a concrete plan of what you need to do to get better. Okay, so this game we already know is going to be incredibly volatile. I'm playing against the champion in the mid lane who wants to roam a lot, so we need to be aware of that. My job this game is going to be stop the Qiyana from murdering my entire team. Ideally, the way I'm going to do that is by forcing a lot of trades against her and trying to stop her from being able to get priority in mid lane. In case you're wondering, this game is played in around Platinum to Emerald MMR, so it's not like this is played in Silver. I'm going to be going for very basic trades and very basic ideas against the Qiyana. I'm going to try to trade with her when she's on cooldown or when she wants to go for a last hit. That's it. And then I want to be playing quite aggressively, and I'm just going to push every single wave. On Orianna, you want to get your Q out early, and you want to start pushing. At this point, I should be auto-attacking the Qiyana a lot, so I will do that. She's going for minions here, so I will harass her, right? Then step back. I do want to continue pushing. She's making a bit of a mistake here. She's stepping up a little bit too much. Now you can see we have control over the wave. Qiyana has been chunked out. She stepped up a little bit too much, lost a little bit too much health, and now she's playing defensively. Pick up my ball because I want to get out another Q. She's going to go for a last hit here. Oh, nice, good bait. She didn't go for the last hit. Now she's going to go for this last hit, so let's step up and get ready to punish it. Okay, she chooses not to go for them. But we're denying her a lot of minions here, and we're positioning ourselves to deny her last hits. Oh, I missed a minion there. That sucks. She hits level 2 here, so now Qiyana can actually sort of start playing the game. She uses her Q here. That means she's on cooldown, so she's weak here. So we're going to position aggressively to make sure that she can't take any of these minions for free. And now she's going to use Q to CS this minion, so I'm going to step away. Gonna go ward the top side here. Very important to get a ward out when you're pushing very heavily during the early stages because you need a side of the lane that you can lean towards. Now I can lean very, very heavily towards the top side and know that I am pretty safe because I can't get ganked. Point in E here. Qiyana has level 3 now, so she can look to trade. This trade might look losing, but it's not actually that bad because now Qiyana is out of mana, so I can just kind of run at her. Or not out of mana, she's on cooldown. Make sure to pop your potions because the Qiyana is playing Ignite, so I want to make sure that I keep my health high so she can't just absolutely blast me, right? Because if she can't all-in me, then she can't win. She needs to all-in me. I want to try to get my Q out to chunk her a little bit. She might try to trade with me here. I think this is a bit of a mistake on her part. Okay, so she's solo killable here, in case you're wondering. I could QW her there and she dies. I'm actually going to just force her off the wave. I'm going to take my base here because I'm low health, but Qiyana was dead there in case you're wondering. I don't need to play risky. It's unnecessary. I have an advantage mid lane. Silas is roaming up there. I would prefer you don't fight it. I have an advantage mid lane, so I can just play through that. Gonna pick up a tier because I want to build Sereths this game. The enemy team has a very, very heavy dive composition. That means that in all likelihood, the Sereth's shield has a pretty good chance of saving me. Wave is coming into me, so I don't actually want to kill the wave. I just want to roam. Qiyana is losing minions anyway, so I might as well help my Jarvan. The way she's losing minions... Oh, you went very far. The way she's losing minions is because the wave is coming into me. The enemy minions are killing more minions than my minions are killing them because there are more of the enemy minions. This is the best thing you can do against melee champions. Chunk them out and then get the wave to bounce back into you and then set up a freeze where you deny them a ton of minions. And now the Qiyana is going to have a very, very rough time trying to lane here. And I need to make sure that she gets chunked out. That is my job here. Make sure she gets chunked out and make sure that the wave stays close to my tower and do everything in my power I can to stop her from being able to crash the wave or to take a health advantage before she gets to crash the wave. So now I'll get a ton of opportunities to QW her while the wave is in this spot. And there's not a whole lot she can do. So I need to leverage this freeze in to get a health advantage because otherwise, again, Qiyana does beat me in the all-in. The way I beat her is by chunking her out and making sure she doesn't get an all-in that is favorable for her. So that's what I'm doing here. And she's also just bleeding a ton of minions, right? We're up 24 CS at minute 5. Essentially, I've solo killed her. Like, if you want to be super honest, like in terms of gold value, I've solo killed her. I want to keep trying to slap her here a little bit when she goes for CS. Just QW her. She is just giving up a ton of minions. Oh, I missed that Q. She might want to try to trade with me here, so let's space a bit defensively. Slap her with some Qs, auto attack her. She used all of her spells to get on top of me. Means she has no more spells, so I can retaliate at the back end of that trade. Don't be afraid to take damage. Taking damage is okay. Taking damage is completely fine, and continuing to trade afterwards is completely fine if the enemy laner is completely out of mana. Now here, I could actually just continue playing this and try to kill her under the tower, but I don't need to risk it. I have a massive advantage mid lane. Let's just play solid fundamentally, right? Just take the trade. I'm not going to cancel my base either, because I need to take my base here so that I can spend my gold, come back into mid lane, and keep driving my advantage. With 27 CS up mid lane, it's essentially 2 kills worth of gold. Just by spacing against the Qiyana and trading her and forcing her off the wave. Very, very aggressive gameplay on my part, I will say. But very fundamentally sound. Punishing her when she's on cooldown, and trying to stop her from CSing by harassing minions, and then freezing the wave when I have an advantage, or when she is low health. Freezing the wave is almost always good against melee champions, especially during the early stages, because it makes it very difficult for them to trade with you. And the only way they can beat you is if they trade with you. And then once you've chunked them out, well, that's when you start pushing the wave, because that's when you want to start trying to really like look for kills or look for harass on them and stop them from roaming. That's the most important part. Most important part is to stop the enemy Qiyana from roaming, and the main way to do that is by chunking her out. If I can chunk her out, she's not going to be able to roam. So she wasted spells here, so I'm going to walk up and force her off the wave. She loses 2 CS because I step up and force her off the wave, right? And I'm going to keep pushing in the wave. Why? Because I don't want her to roam. I could technically keep extending my advantage, I think, by harassing her quite heavily. She jumps on me here. I think this is a mistake. I think I just murder her. I will ult here, not because I think I can necessarily kill her, but because this is going to chunk her out again. And now what is she going to do? She's chunked. How is she going to continue laning, right? It's going to be a bit awkward for her. So she loses minions again. Now she's down 33 CS. And she can't all in me because I am just popping health potions and I'm full health. And look, she's 200 health. If she jumps in, she dies. You can use your ult on Orianna to chunk out the enemy laner and make sure that they can't play the lane. This is especially important against these champions that really need to all in you. Because what can Qiyana do now? She needs a jungle gank to be able to do anything. And I have a ward on the bot side, so I feel pretty good about walking up here. Sylas is bot lane, so I know he's not mid lane. So I will go ahead and take this plate. And Qiyana will bleed more minions. She's down 37 CS at minute 7. Even though I haven't killed her, I haven't really forced her to take a bad base. I've just been slapping her when she goes for CS and playing very sound. I should have flashed that. If I didn't tank the tower shot there, I would have been fine. I knew she wanted to look for that. I was just a bit slow to react. That's okay. I mean, sometimes you get solo killed. If I didn't tank tower there, I think I live as well. But by the way, you might be like, oh, wow, you got solo killed? Yeah. I'm still up 40 CS on a plate. Qiyana is still losing lane. Very hard. And now she has no flash. So what is she going to do? I'm not sure. I'm going to teleport mid lane here, buy a pink ward just to get permanent vision. And I'm going to just keep doing what I've been doing. Like, Qiyana can solo kill me. That's okay. She's still very far behind. Like, sometimes you will just mechanically not be ready for a play, or you just won't react in time. That's okay. If I cancelled her base there, oh my god, she was very, very lost. But I didn't quite get the cancel off. I'm just gonna keep pushing out mid lane. That's okay. My teammates are doing Drake. They got the Drake. That's awesome. Push mid lane. Qiyana is not roaming, and we're driving advantage in the 1v1. That's what matters. If Qiyana roams, then we start having issues. But as long as I can stop her from roaming, we're winning. So back off when my Q is on cooldown. See if I can slap the Qiyana a bit here. She goes for a trade. I think this is a pretty big mistake on her part. I think she just dies here. I think I just solo kill her. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, because I'm just ahead of her. I am just ahead of her in terms of gold. Even though she solo killed me, I am ahead of her. And I can all in you. And now, gonna take another plate mid lane and then look for my base. I actually have no interest in trying to play this. Like, I'm not gonna move for this, because I need to take my base before I can do anything. I don't want to rotate to a random fight when I'm 500 health, and then Qiyana is gonna come out of base and murder me or trap me in base. Gonna slap this tower. I want to take my base after this wave, so I'm gonna push this out fully, and then take my base. Qiyana will come mid lane, and she will have a roam timer. She might actually be able to make a play happen on the grubs here, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. But so it goes. I need to take my base regardless. I'm too low health to do anything. And you can see Qiyana is down 50 CS in lane. Even though I got solo killed. Like, You can win games even if you get solo killed. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the issue, right? Qiyana now gets a roam timer because I was greedy and I went for my plate. I would really prefer that they don't play this, especially considering I don't have ult, so I'm very weak, and Qiyana has her ult and she's very strong. Like, they are a lot stronger than us in the straight-up fight because of their ults, right? Like, Qiyana is way scarier than an Orianna in this fight, like, if we're super honest. Yeah, not a lot I can do about that. I might get pinged for that, but so it goes. Like, there's nothing I can do to join that fight. Enemy team can run mid lane here, so I need to be a little bit careful. There could be a Sylas coming here. Just wait. She wants to trade with me, I think. Just poke her out a little bit. Sometimes I like doing W max. I think I'm okay here. Oh, I kind of misplayed here. Still think I'm okay. I don't die at least. But I lost a lot of health there. Now we have to be a bit careful. Now I can die to Qiyana on their tower. And this is where it gets scary, right? Qiyana just needs one winning trade and you are all of a sudden in one-shot range. And that gets quite scary. They could be trapping this. There's not a lot I can really do. If Qiyana comes from the right here, I'm gonna hug the left. And then I'm gonna see if I can poke her out a bit, run away. Just need to dodge a Q. And now she can actually die. I think if I flashed on her there, she was dead, but I don't know where the Sylas is, so I'm a bit worried. Again, I'm just gonna force her down here. Pop an ult. She dies. There we go. Gonna go ward the bot side here, make sure that no one can come mid lane and murder me. This game is gonna be hard for Orianna, by the way, because the enemy team is full dive composition, and Orianna hates that. She hates champions that are incredibly, like, easy to get on top of you. So she hates Malphite, she hates Sylas. Does not like playing against them because they can get on top of you too easily. And Morgana wants to, like, play mid-range compositions, so this will be tough late. This will be tough late. Gonna take my base here because Sylas went mid lane to cancel my, or to stop me from taking plates mid lane, and Qiyana is gonna open through mid lane now, and I want to try to stop her from roaming. Gonna pick up tier 2 boots here. Magic pen because I don't have magic damage on my team, so I think I can go for more of a one-shot style of build. I think Shadow Flame might not be bad either. Storm Surge might not be bad either for the magic penetration and the one-shot potential. Tier 2 boots here because I am against the melee matchup, so if I can get tier 2 boots, I can space her a lot more easily. She can still beat me in trades, let's be very clear about that, despite the fact that I'm up like 70 CS on her. She will roam here, nothing I can do about that. I can ping her and that's it. Ping her and that's it. If she gets kills here, not my fault. Ping her, stay mid lane, push out the wave, try to take resources for her roam. She get, like, sometimes the enemy laner will get timers where they can roam, and there's not a lot you can do about that. Gonna just spam Qs on her here. And now she's chunked out, so she should find it a bit awkward to try to jump in and trade with me. I think she dies here. Oh, that was very close. I didn't quite have my Q up yet, so I thought an E would kill her, but not quite. She gets forced to base here, though. So that means I get to push out a wave. And I probably get to take a plate or drag someone from the enemy team mid lane. Like, using your ult to drive advantages without solo killing is all, like, that's great. That works too. So I'm just gonna take a plate. I forced her to base, didn't solo kill her, but I take a plate now. Okay, I don't like this fight that we're doing down here, and I'm not gonna join it. Qiyana is probably gonna run down there and murder my team. I don't care. I will slap this mid lane tower. I'm not good at fighting in the jungle. Orianna doesn't want to walk into the jungle. She just doesn't. Especially against this enemy team composition. I can die too easily. So let me just slap the mid lane tower. Take tier 1, and then look to leave. And the enemy team will probably get Drake here. But I mean, we're up 90 CS against the Qiyana. Now my team is losing, so I'm a little bit worried about that. Well, top lane is losing. Which is scary, because Malphite is always scary. Yeah, I think Storm Surge is not bad. Gonna teleport mid lane here, because we probably want to contest the Drake. I'm gonna grab a blue trinket, because I need to see where people are around mid lane. And I want to have vision. I want to push out mid lane here. Blue trinket this to make sure I'm not walking into a Sylas. And then walk down and see if I can take some space on this Drake. Okay, they're not on it. Then I will stay around mid lane, stop the Qiyana from running down here. And if she doesn't run down here and she instead approaches the wave, then I will walk up and just shove out the wave now. Yep. I now have first push. I will always have first push and first move at this point. I'm so far ahead now that Qiyana will never be able to really contest me in lane. So I can just push the wave and then run down through here, sit in this bush. And again, my job is not to deal damage to this dragon. My job is to chunk out whoever runs in here to make sure that the enemy team can't contest and can't fight. That is what I need to do. So I just have my ball here, and I make sure that no one runs through here without getting chunked out first. Chunk out the Kiana. How is there a Kai'Sa here? Wait, how has this happened then? This is very awkward now. What happened? How did this happen? Ult the Kai'Sa. Hopefully we can one-shot her. Wait, how did this happen? She doesn't die. Give movement speed to Leona. She should kill that. Push out mid lane. How did that happen? How did the Kai'Sa get up there? I thought we had bot lane push. I'm assuming she ulted in, but I just don't know how. Push out this way. You didn't see anything. You didn't see that Kanone miss. Me too. I can continue playing mid lane because the enemy Kai'Sa is dead and the Sylas is nowhere to be seen. Malphite is running through mid lane now here. We saw him up here, so let's just back off. We dragged the enemy team mid lane, which is a win in our book. If I need to flash here, I will, but I will just W and run away. Now this gets a bit dodgy because I don't think we should really be fighting here. I mean, we can try to take the Malphite's ult. Wait, he ulted in? Oh, what a silly play. What a silly play. Look for the Thresh next. Boost my teammates. Give them move speed. Cue the Thresh. Run away. Hey, my web! Hey, yo, my minions, please! Take my base here. I don't quite have my item, which sucks. Ezreal dies bot lane. That's okay. I'm gonna run bot lane, collect the wave. My Ezreal is gonna open through mid lane. I'm completely out of mana. That's why I'm taking my base. Just gonna open through bot lane here. Because this is the lane that I can get resources in. You see how far out top lane is, and my Aatrox has already taken over mid lane. So I don't want to just open through mid lane again. So let's open through bot lane, apply some pressure in the side lane. Be very aware that I can die very easily to the Malphite and Sylas combo, or the Malphite plus anyone combo. So we need to be a little bit careful that I don't just randomly walk into them, or that they don't get to collapse on me bot lane. Thresh is bot lane. At this point, this is very important. I have no pressure on the map. Look at the map. I see Malphite, that is it, and my teammates are pressuring nothing. So the enemy team can very easily send 4 people bot lane here without losing anything on the map. So very important that in these instances where you don't see people and you're not applying pressure on the map, that you just stay back and wait. Now it looks like we will be fighting here, so I don't mind running up here to try to kill the Thresh. No real intention of catching the Sylas there, because I don't think that'll happen. Do you have a stun for me? Okay, flash is maybe a bit much, don't you think? That guy is 0 and 7. I mean, the only way the enemy team wins now is they land a massive wombo combo with Malphite plus whatever. Aatrox is running around mid lane. No one is covering top lane, so I might actually just base and go top here to make sure that we defend this. Pushing out bot lane here is going to mean that whoever wants to take over bot lane can, but someone needs to be defending top lane here just to make sure Malphite doesn't all of a sudden get 800 objectives. Now it looks like there is a teleport happening mid lane here, so there will be a fight, so I'm going to teleport and join the fight as well, because this looks pretty game deciding. I think we can turn this. Yeah, Malphite dies here. Do you have an ult for me, maybe? J4? No? Okay, that's fine. I mean, I will walk up. I will happily tank a hook here, because if he hooks me, he dies. Kiana is up. Let's be aware of that. I have Sereths though, so I'll be very difficult to kill. I don't think I die through a hook. I think what I could do here is if my Jarvan was down for it, I could try to bait a hook here. Flash and then fully engage on the enemy team and just murder them. But I don't think that will happen. So let's run bot lane here. I don't have anywhere else to go. Aatrox is probably going to go top side. I don't mind ulting for the enemy support. I think that's okay. Just get a kill and then run away. I would prefer that you don't play this, to be honest. I want to go push out bot lane. Okay, looks like my Jarvan has decided he wants to kill the enemy Kai'Sa, which honestly respect. But I think this is a bit bad. Again, this is one of these situations where we're not really applying any pressure on the map, and we only see 2 players on the map. So we need to run away. Because the enemy team can send everyone bot lane here, and there's nothing that we can really do about it. So we need to just run away, stand, and do a whole lot of nothing. And just wait for my Ezreal to apply pressure through mid lane. And wait for my Aatrox to apply pressure through top lane. Just do nothing here. Just sit back, do nothing. Take your hands up the keyboard, stare at the minimap down there. You see that right down there? Stare at that and just wait. Okay. Thresh, Sylas are moving to the top side. Malphite is moving to the top side. I have a blue trinket. I can cover most pockets of vision here, so I know that I'm pretty safe now. The only ones that can be down here are Kai'Sa and Kiana. Kai'Sa and Kiana. I'm not scared about those in the 2v1. I don't think they kill me. Okay, again, now we see everyone on the map. We see people running down here, so we just wait. Don't need to do anything. Just wait. We should be applying pressure on the map. We should be doing something. Should be pushing out mid lane. Should be pushing out top lane. Applying some sort of pressure. I don't know why my Aatrox based. I don't like that. I'm going to go push out bot lane here. And my job again, not to deal damage to the objective. To stop the enemy team from contesting. So I'm just going to hold this choke up here. Make sure that they can't contest. Looks like we want to play Drake as well. That's fine. Same job as before. Stop the enemy team from contesting. And I think they're going to contest through bot side, so I'm going to hold this choke. If I thought that they were going to contest from up here, then I would run up here and just sit and wait. Back to bot lane. Back to pushing out side lane. I have a ton of gold, so I do need to base as well at some point. Silas is splitting top lane, and we have no one really matching him on the top side. So I do worry that he's just going to pick up a free bounty top side here. Very important to check the bushes with your Q when you're playing Orianna, just to make sure you're not face checking into someone. I'm just going to keep pushing out bot lane here. Okay, we see the Malphite. He is a bit scary. I actually... movement speed from Q, huh? Why are you so fast? I didn't see him Q. But I wanted to ult him just to chunk him out, because that would make it a lot harder for him to dive. Oh, I didn't realize that was a Kiana. I thought that was my teammate. I'm just dead then. That sucks. Do I get an E off in time? No. Yeah, I mean, kind of my bad there, to be honest. But I also don't know why my Aatrox is taking blue buff instead of slapping this mid lane tower. That seems a bit silly. This guy is just so dizzy on the map. We're up 100 CS in 20 or 2 levels though. So massive advantage mid lane, right? And if you can build these advantages every single game, like, it doesn't matter if your entire team is losing. You will be useful in the game. And that's all that matters. Even if, let's say I lose this game, right? Let's say my entire team is losing. Top lane is kind of losing. Jungle is neutral, I would say. Slightly ahead on my side. And bot lane is stomping on my part. Actually, they're not stomping that hard. It's kind of even at this point. Actually, enemy bot lane is slightly ahead. What I want to say is it doesn't matter if you lose this game. If you can put yourself in this position, where this is the gap that's happening in the mid lane, in most of your games, you'll climb. Like, you'll climb. It doesn't matter how bad you are at playing fights. It doesn't matter how bad you are at translating into an advantage. You'll win. Like, if you can consistently do this, if you can consistently trade well in lane, consistently avoid dying to random ganks, and consistently CS well, you'll just win games. You'll just climb. It doesn't matter if you can't play fights. Like, you've seen my ability to play fights. I can't flash any spells. I can't, like, unless I'm staring at the Malphite, I'm not flashing that ult, right? But that doesn't matter. Have to be a bit careful here. So let's play back. The enemy team can flank me a bit easily here. Do you have a J4 ult for me? That would be awesome. Okay, Kai'Sa dies. Nice. I still have my ult. So let's maybe siege this tower. Malphite is still up, so we need to be worried about that. Gonna run away. How am I tanking this tower for 5 years? Kiana can be on my right-hand side, so we need to be a little bit aware of that as well. Okay, now I see the Kiana. But I'm a bit too low to continue going for this play, so let me just take my base. I would love if my teammates would step up and make it weird for the Malphite to walk in 1v4, but it seems like we don't want to do that, so now I have to go for a weird base here. Like, I was super down to bait the Malphite there. Because if he ults me, he should die. Even though I might also die, but that's fine. But looks like no one else wanted to go for that play. I want to push out mid lane here. Because then I'll have my death cap. So let me push that out. I'm gonna have my flash up soon, so I'll be able to play fights a little bit more easily. But it's very scary for me to play fights right now, because if I just get wombo comboed by Malphite and Kiana, then I'm just dead. So I have to play fights quite passively and maneuver around the Malphite. Essentially, if I see Malphite and Kiana on my screen at the same time, that means I'm dead. So we need to be very, very respectful here. Open through mid lane, I think is good. I don't want to side lane at this point, because I can die away too easily. I'm also 3 items, so I want to force fights. The way to force fights is you just kind of group up with your teammates and then you walk at the enemy team, and then you'll win. Like, you'll force a fight. Now, I don't want to be the first point of contact with the enemy team, so it's very important that I don't walk in first. I would love if someone would, like, you need to understand that all you need to do is you just need to jump on the Malphite and stop him from getting on me, and then we win a fight. Like, that's all that matters. Don't know where Kiana is, so I'm playing very defensively here. Q over the wall to check. Okay, Malphite used his ult. That means he doesn't have it available, so I can just murder him now. Now there's no fear. Okay, run down. We can probably dive here as well. Get the Silas. There we go. That should be an end through mid lane here. Like, look at how useless Qiyana was. Look, she didn't get to play the game. She got to do nothing this game. Why? Because we just kept her locked in mid lane, took trades against her to make sure she couldn't roam, even if those trades were losing sometimes, and even if that trade caused me to die, that is okay. Why? Because she couldn't roam, she couldn't impact the map, and she needs to impact the map to win. I'm pretty sure she just one-shot my Ezreal with 2 items. That's funny. There we go. You can see, just 10 CS per minute. I might not have more damage than my Ezreal this game. Did that hook hit though? Did it really? Like, if we're super honest, did it hit? Try to kill the Silas here. He wants to jump on me and ult. Someone TP'd out. Okay, it was Malphite. Did that hook really hit though? I'm not sure. Well, let's end the game. Clean game. Clean game. I think a good representation of how to like use wave control and solid fundamentals in lane of like when to trade to just stomp the lane so hard that the enemy laner can't play. And I heard some people say that they wanted to see more like trading oriented games, which I'm gonna try to do in platinum and above only. I think doing this in gold kind of proves nothing, if I'm honest. Highest damage in the game, despite the fact that I didn't really fight until minute 25 or until minute 20. I just farmed and kept the Qiyana mid lane and then showed up to fight stronger than everyone else and carried the fights that way. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. See ya. Bye 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 bye.